Have you ever thought that a simple mistake could cost your mother, father, or loved one their life? Right now, someone is losing a parent, a wife is losing her husband, and children are left without their mother, all because of something that could have been prevented. Every day, over 13 to 35-year-olds are dying from heart attacks. 670,000 women lost their lives to breast cancer in 2022. In countries with a low Human Development Index, 1 in 27 women will be diagnosed with breast cancer, but 1 in 48 will die from it. But what if I told you that your small actions today could save a life tomorrow? Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll learn the 3 biggest mistakes that are silently destroying the health of your parents, your spouse, or even yourself. Let me tell you a story. Mrs. Johnson was a kind and caring mother of 2. She spent her days looking after her family, staying active and doing everything she thought was right for her health. At 64, she was full of life, always smiling, and never missed a chance to take care of those she loved. But one ordinary morning, everything changed. She was in the kitchen making breakfast like she did every day. Suddenly, she felt dizzy, her body weakened, and before she could call for help, she collapsed on the floor. Her husband heard the noise and rushed to her side, his heart pounding, in fear. He called her name, shaking her gently, hoping she would respond. But she didn't. By the time the ambulance arrived, it was too late. The doctors called it a silent heart attack, one that gives no clear warning, no signs of pain. One moment she was there, full of life, and the next, she was gone. Just like that, her family was left in shock. How could this happen? She was healthy, active, and had no known heart problems. The most heartbreaking part? This could have been prevented. Mrs. Johnson's story is not rare. Every day, families wake up to find that their loved one, a mother, a father, a husband, or a wife, is suddenly gone. No final words, no chance to say goodbye. Just an empty space where love and laughter once filled their home. Now imagine waking up to that reality in your own life. The people you love the most, your mother, your father, your spouse. What if one morning they were simply not there? The pain of losing them suddenly is unbearable. But the worst part? It didn't have to happen. Many of us don't pay attention to the small warning signs our bodies give us. We brush them off, thinking they are nothing serious. Your mother might say, "Oh, I'm just a little tired," or your father might complain of a headache and dismiss it as stress. But what if that tiredness isn't just exhaustion? What if that headache isn't just from a long day? What if these small discomforts are actually the first signs of something much worse? A heart attack waiting to happen, a silent stroke creeping in, or even cancer growing unnoticed inside their body. Mistake number 1. Ignoring the morning warning signs. Our bodies send signals when something isn't right, but we often ignore them. Dizziness when getting out of bed, shortness of breath while walking up the stairs, or tightness in the chest after a meal. These could be early signs of heart problems. But instead of paying attention, we assume it's nothing. We wait, hoping the feeling will pass. And sometimes, it does. But what if one day it doesn't? What if that dizziness leads to a fall? What if that tightness in the chest turns into a fatal heart attack? The truth is, most life-threatening conditions don't happen suddenly. They build up over time, showing small warning signs along the way. The question is, will you notice them before it's too late? Mistake number 2. Skipping regular checkups. How many times has your mother or father postponed a doctor's appointment? Maybe they said, "I feel fine, I don't need to go." Maybe they were too busy or didn't want to deal with the hassle. But diseases like cancer, heart problems, and diabetes don't wait. They don't care if you're busy. The most dangerous illnesses are often silent in the beginning. By the time symptoms appear, it can be too late. Regular checkups can catch problems early before they become deadly. A simple test, a routine scan, or a quick blood check can mean the difference between life and death. Yet so many people avoid them. Don't let your loved ones be one of them. Mistake number 3. Unhealthy lifestyle choices. The way we live our daily lives has a direct impact on our future health. The food we eat, the stress we carry, and the sleep we sacrifice may not seem like a big deal today, but over time, they add up. Poor eating habits lead to high cholesterol and diabetes. Stress increases blood pressure, putting strain on the heart. Lack of sleep weakens the immune system and accelerates aging. These small choices don't just take days off our lives. They take years. Years that could have been spent with family, making memories and enjoying life. The reality is, most people don't realize the damage until it's too late. Until they're sitting in a hospital wishing they had taken better care of themselves. Until they've lost someone they love, regretting the things they could have done differently. But here's the good news: it's never too late to change. It's never too late to start paying attention, to book that doctor's appointment, to make healthier choices. The question is, will you wait until tragedy strikes? Or will you take action now, before it's too late? Many people believe that heart attacks only happen to older adults, but that's no longer true. Today, more young people in their 20s and 30s are suffering from heart attacks than ever before. It's shocking, isn't it? We often think of heart disease as something that comes with old age, but in reality, it is now striking younger generations at an alarming rate. Doctors say that one of the biggest causes is excessive stress and anxiety. Life has become faster, more demanding, and filled with constant pressure. Whether it's work deadlines, financial struggles, or personal responsibilities, stress is a silent killer. It increases blood pressure, damages the heart over time, and makes the body more vulnerable to heart disease. Another major factor is poor diet. Processed foods, fast food, sugary drinks, and unhealthy snacks have taken over our daily meals. Many people don't realize that these foods clog arteries, increase cholesterol levels, and slowly destroy heart health. Instead of eating fresh, home-cooked meals, many young people rely on quick, convenient options that are loaded with unhealthy fats and chemicals. Then there's lack of sleep and an irregular lifestyle. Staying up late, scrolling through phones, working long hours, and skipping rest. These habits are pushing the body to its limits. Sleep is when the body repairs itself, but without enough rest, the heart stays under constant strain. Over time, this increases the risk of high blood pressure, heart disease, and sudden cardiac arrest. Even if you feel young and healthy, it doesn't mean you're safe. Heart disease doesn't discriminate based on age. If this is happening to people in their 20s and 30s, just imagine how dangerous it is for those over 60. If young hearts are failing, what about the hearts of our parents, our elders, our loved ones? This is not just a warning, it's a wake-up call. The choices we make today will determine our future health. Will we continue down this dangerous path, or will we take action before it's too late? The truth about breast cancer. A global epidemic. Breast cancer is not just a disease, it's a silent killer affecting millions of women worldwide. In 2022 alone, 2.3 million women were diagnosed with breast cancer, and 670,000 lost their lives to it. That's hundreds of thousands of mothers, daughters, wives, and sisters who never got a second chance. What makes this even more heartbreaking is that in poorer regions, survival rates drop even lower. Women in these areas often don't have access to regular checkups, early screenings, or proper treatment. By the time they find out, it's already too late. Many people think breast cancer is only genetic, passed down from family members. While genetics can play a role, Doctors say that lifestyle choices are just as important. Poor diet, lack of exercise, excessive stress, and even exposure to harmful chemicals all increase the risk. The truth is, any woman can develop breast cancer, even if no one in her family has ever had it. But here's the scariest part. Breast cancer often grows silently. In its early stages, it may not cause any pain or obvious symptoms. A woman might feel completely fine, not realizing that something dangerous is developing inside her. This is why regular screenings and checkups are so important. If your mother, wife, sister, or daughter isn't getting checked, she could be carrying an undetected killer inside her. Early detection saves lives. When breast cancer is caught early, the chances of survival are much higher. A simple mammogram, a quick doctor's visit, or even regular self-checks at home can make the difference between life and death. But too many women delay these tests, thinking, "I feel fine," or "I'll do it later." And sometimes later never comes. Don't let the women in your life become another statistic. Talk to them. Encourage them to get screened. It's not just about preventing cancer. It's about saving lives. It's about making sure that mothers live to see their children grow up, that wives and sisters get to share more years with their families, and that no woman has to suffer from a disease that could have been caught in time. Because when it comes to breast cancer, waiting can be the most dangerous mistake of all. The good news: you have the power to take control. You don't have to sit back and wait for tragedy to strike. You can help protect your parents, your spouse, and the people you love from life-threatening diseases. The key is not to wait for symptoms to appear, but to take action now, before it's too late. Prevention is always better than a cure, and small changes today can mean more years of health and happiness for your family. Start with regular health checkups. Many deadly diseases, including cancer, heart disease, and diabetes, don't show symptoms until they are in advanced stages. This is why routine medical tests and screenings are so important. A simple blood test, a heart checkup, or a mammogram can detect problems early, when they are still treatable. Encourage your parents and loved ones to visit the doctor regularly, not out of fear, but as a way to protect their future. Fix their diet. What we eat directly impacts our health. Too much sugar, processed foods, and unhealthy fats put stress on the heart, raise cholesterol, and increase the risk of diabetes and obesity. Encourage your family to eat more whole foods, fresh vegetables, lean proteins, and healthy fats. Hydration is just as important. Drinking enough water helps the body function properly, flushes out toxins, and keeps the heart and kidneys healthy. Simple changes like replacing sugary drinks with water or adding more fiber to meals can make a huge difference. Prioritize sleep and stress management. Stress is often called the silent killer because it slowly damages the body without people realizing it. It raises blood pressure, weakens the immune system, and increases the risk of heart attacks and strokes. Lack of sleep makes this even worse. The body needs rest to heal, recover, and function at its best. Make sure your loved ones get at least 7 to 8 hours of sleep each night, and find ways to reduce stress, whether it's through meditation, deep breathing, or simply spending time doing things they enjoy. Encourage daily exercise. Movement is life. Staying active helps keep the heart strong, improves blood circulation, and boosts overall well-being. The best part? It doesn't have to be extreme. Even a 30-minute walk each day can add years to someone's life. Encourage your parents to go for a stroll, try gentle stretching exercises, or do activities they love, like dancing or gardening. A little movement every day goes a long way in preventing disease and keeping the body healthy. The choices we make today shape the future. By helping your loved ones build healthier habits, you're giving them the greatest gift: the chance to live a longer, stronger, and happier life. But change doesn't happen overnight. It starts with small steps, daily reminders, and the determination to protect the people you care about the most. Don't wait until illness forces them to change. Help them take action now, while they still have the chance. Will you take action? Right now, you stand at a crossroads. You have two choices, and the decision you make today could change everything. Option 1. Do nothing. Ignore this message. Tell yourself that everything is fine, that there's no need to worry. Continue with life as usual. But what if, weeks or months from now, something happens? What if one morning your mother doesn't wake up? What if your father suddenly clutches his chest in pain and collapses? What if your spouse, the person you love the most, is taken away too soon? Can you live with the regret of knowing that you could have done something but didn't? Imagine standing in a hospital room watching your loved one struggle for breath, wishing you had encouraged them to go for that checkup, to eat healthier, to slow down and take care of themselves. But now, it's too late. No second chances. Just a heavy heart filled with what-ifs and the unbearable pain of knowing that maybe, just maybe, this could have been prevented. Option 2. Take action. Make the small but powerful changes today that can save a life. Encourage your parents to visit the doctor even if they feel fine. Help them make better food choices, remind them to drink more water, and push them to get enough sleep. Take walks with them, spend time talking about their health, and show them that their well-being matters. Not just for them, but for you, for your family, for everyone who loves them. These changes don't have to be drastic. Even the smallest steps, getting a blood pressure check, replacing one unhealthy meal with a nutritious one, or choosing rest over stress, can make all the difference. Because health isn't about making one big change. It's about making small, consistent choices that protect the people we love. The truth is, you don't get to choose when tragedy strikes, but you do get to choose how much you fight against it. You can let fate take its course, or you can take control and do everything in your power to keep your loved ones safe. So, ask yourself, will you wait until it's too late? Or will you take action now, while you still have the chance? A final message of love and urgency. Think back to when you were a child. Who held your hand when you were scared? Who stayed up late when you were sick, making sure you were okay? Who put your needs before their own, sacrificing sleep, comfort, and even their dreams just to give you a better life? For most of us, the answer is simple: our parents. They spent decades taking care of us, worrying about our well-being and making sure we had everything we needed. Now, as they grow older, their bodies aren't as strong as they used to be. They may not say it, but they need us now more than ever. The question is, will we be there for them the way they were always there for us? Take a moment and think. What if today was the last time you saw your mother smile? What if tomorrow your father was gone? Would you wish you had done more? Would you regret not pushing them to take care of their health sooner? Let me tell you about Daniel. He was a hard-working man in his late 30s. His mother, Margaret, was his world. She had raised him alone, working day and night to give him the best life possible. She was 67 now, still full of life, still as loving as ever. But she often complained of fatigue and dizziness. "It's just old age," she would say with a smile. Daniel believed her. She looked fine, so he didn't think much of it. One evening, as he was heading home from work, his phone rang. It was the hospital. His mother had collapsed. A heart attack. By the time he got there, she was gone. No warning, no time to say goodbye. Daniel was devastated. He kept replaying every moment in his head. Could he have done something? Should he have insisted she see a doctor, encouraged her to take better care of herself? The answer haunted him. He had spent his whole life loving his mother, but when she needed him most, he hadn't done enough. Don't let this be your story. Don't wait until it's too late. If your parents are over 60, don't let them fall victim to preventable diseases. Help them get regular checkups. Encourage them to eat better, sleep more, and stay active. Show them that their health matters. Not just for them, but for you and everyone who loves them. This is your chance to give back. This is your chance to save a life. Comment below. Who in your life do you want to protect? Your mother? Your father? Your spouse? Let's start a movement to save the people we love. If this video spoke to you, don't just watch, act. Hit like, subscribe, and share this with someone who needs to hear it, because one day it will be too late. Save your mother. Save your father. Save your loved ones. It starts now.